Hi friends, welcome back to my channel. I'm Serena. If you happen to be new here, welcome to the 12-hour reading sprint. I'm really not sure what I'm going to call this yet, but you'll see by the title below what I end up calling it. I'm going to be reading today for a timeline of 12 to 18 hours. I haven't decided yet what I want to do. I might even go all the way to 24 hours. We're just going to be reading, and I'm not going straight through, so I'm going to be setting a timer, pausing the timer every time I stop, because I do have to go out today. I do have a hair appointment and just like some other stuff going on. So it's gonna be like basically a day and a half. So during this reading vlog, we are reading one particular series, and it is the Dreamland Billionaire Series. So I have the fine print, I have terms and conditions. The only one I don't have right now is the final offer. But if it's like late and I end up starting it, I do know it's available on Kindle Unlimited. So I can do it on my Kindle and then go get the physical book, because it's just like a weird thing for me. I don't want to own 2 out of 3 and then have one on my Kindle. So I want to have all 3. It is 7:55. I just made a coffee, which you probably heard in the background. I'm also using coffee as a tripod right now. So I just made a coffee and I'm slowly waking up. Like I said, I literally just woke up. So I'm going to be starting the timer at 8 o'clock. It is 7:55. I did want to start a little bit earlier, but I didn't sleep too well last night, so I figured let me sleep. And that way I'm more productive when I read. Like, they go hand in hand. This is a highly anticipated series for me, and I've seen like so many people rate it like 4 and 5 stars. So I'm nervous, but I'm excited. I love the whole guys gotta run a park, like it's kind of like Disney type of thing. Let's go set up to read. I want to read downstairs. I don't want to read in my bed because I feel like I'm just gonna get tired faster, because I usually read at night over here. So let's go downstairs, let's read, and inhale this. I just know it's gonna be so good. I just posted on Instagram, so I paused the timer here. So now let's go back and start. We are just about to hit the hour mark. The reading this morning has been a little bit slower. It's currently 10:07, and I paused like quite a few times because I was talking to my mom, and then I was talking to my sister, and then my sister and my mom, and had breakfast, and I had to get ready well, I'm getting ready currently for my hair appointment, which is why I am doing a little like get ready with me moment here. I am about 40-ish pages into the fine print and loving every single second of it. I really like the brothers so far, and the little that we know about the other two I think is going to set us up for just like a great second and third book, if I'm kind of like predicting that correctly, because I don't really know much about the series. If you're new here, I go into my books like completely and utterly blind. I know a little bit from what I see on Instagram, but nothing like spoiler worthy. If you're like me and you don't know what the series is about these 3 brothers. Their grandfather owns, think of like Walt Disney World, but it's called Dreamland. That's why the series is called the Dreamland Billionaire Series, because they're just filthy rich. And grandfather owned this park, but the grandfather passed away, and now each of them has a particular task to complete in order to earn their share of like, I think 18%, I think it is, of the company. So our first brother that we get to meet and go through his journey is Rowan, and his task involves a lot of creating at Dreamland. I'm not gonna tell you too much about it because I don't want to spoil anything. So yeah, that's all I'm gonna say, and that's all I really know because I'm only 40 pages in. These men are definitely, or at least Rowan from what we see, is a total and complete grump, and I love that I'm reading 2 books right now that have grumpy men in them. So like I said, I'm getting ready to go to my hair appointment. I just didn't want her to have to like struggle through getting these braids out. So I think I'm just gonna throw it up and back in a clip and call it a day. Yeah, I think that's what we're gonna do. So I'm gonna do that, and then we'll get back to reading for a little while, and I will see you guys later. Hello, my friends. I just got back from getting my hair done. Actually, I've been back for a little while. What am I even saying? This is taking a lot longer than I thought to get like 12 to 18 hours in. I'm currently on 2 hours, 22 minutes, and 53 seconds. so far in my 12 to 18 hour readathon. I didn't get to read too much at the hair salon. I read for like 20 minutes in like the hour and a half that I was there, and I read a little bit at lunch, but just been kind of like super chatty today, just like hanging out because it's the weekend. So I'm trying to like fix this little section of hair. I haven't really read like as much as I would have liked to today, which is okay. I'm not like super mad about it. And I'm between like posting on Instagram, like checking my phone, pulling books that I need to ship out. Like there's just been other things going on. I have been listening to The Last Housewife while I'm in the car. So at least I'm like wrapping in some minutes there. And tonight I have to do a local drop off. So we're gonna listen to Beyond a Wand in the car, since that's one book that I haven't started yet that I know that Dan will also be interested in. So I was like, oh, like we can listen to it together. 2.5 hours almost, and definitely still feeling confident. Like I'm gonna rack in a lot of pages. I think I don't know, where's the book? I'm on page 75 of the fine print. And then I went from like 11 to I think like 25% in the car. Okay, so I went from 11 to 20% in the car, which puts me at just about to start chapter 6. Either 6 or 7, because I paused it at the end of a chapter. I'm still getting some reading done, which is good. I don't know what that equates to in pages. I am going to get back to reading, really make a good dent in this before I go out. We're leaving again to do the local drop off in about an hour. So I want to get at least another 40-ish pages done. Like if I can get to maybe like 110, yeah, maybe just past 110, it'll finish a chapter, then I would be very happy. And then I'll continue this tonight. So I'm gonna go read, and I will see you all later. Hi friends, I got super busy this weekend, and getting this like 12 hours in has been kind of hard actually. Just charging my phone, I'm only up to, I have 2.5 hours in out of the 24 hours of yesterday, and like time is it? It's 3:30 right now. So I haven't really been able to read too much, which is kind of annoying, but I'm still going to track and read and give you guys updates. So I'm about to read a little bit more of the fine print. I'm currently on page 81. So my goal for today is to get up to like 160-ish, 150, 160, and then take it from there. I might switch back to things we never got over. Might keep going with this. Have not decided yet. That's the plan for this afternoon. Lots of reading to do, and I've been really enjoying this. So I think I'm gonna end up sticking with this. But it's the Super Bowl, so happy Super Bowl Sunday. I am bringing my book with me. We are going out, we're just going to a friend's house, but I'm still gonna bring my book because I can multitask and I don't really follow football. So I'm gonna try to be social and maybe read and be social. Sounds like a good night to me. I'm gonna get back to reading, and I will check in with you guys later, probably before I leave or maybe while the game's going on, to show you where I'm at in the book. Hi friends, good morning. I did get a chance to read more of the fine print last night during the Super Bowl, but I left my timer going for like 4 hours, and I don't exactly know like when I stopped reading and what the time was. So I don't know what, like, I don't know how much I read. And since it's already Monday, I think what we're gonna do instead is just turn this into like this kind of reading vlog and post the vlog once I'm done with either the series or just the book. It depends on how long it takes me to get through this book. But I'm really enjoying this so far. I love the dynamic of Rowan and Zara, and just like the slow burn and the banter, and so good, so good. So I'm gonna read more of this today, and this week hopefully wrap it up by the end of the week, and then start the next one because I want to get the third one in as soon as possible. That's the plan. I'm going to actually be starting a new book today, so I don't know if I'll be able to read this now, but I'm gonna read some of it like later. And then I have work today too, so it's gonna be back to busy and back to reading a little bit less. I read a lot more on the weekend, but yeah, so no more like 12 hours of reading, 18 hours of reading. We're just gonna read this and talk about it. So like I said, I'm gonna get some reading done and then I have work, so I will talk to you guys later. Okay, so I haven't talked to you guys all week about the fine print. So let's kind of back up and talk about it, because I know on, I think it was Sunday or maybe Monday morning, I said we weren't gonna do the 12 hours of reading anymore. So I was like, oh, we're just gonna read this, like whatever. So here we are. I'm on page 174, so chapter 22, and I am obsessed. I love this universe. I love the whole premise behind this book, Rowan, Zara, and just all the things about this series. I can already tell this is gonna be a 5-star read, and so are the other 2 books. I can't wait to read the rest of them. I just passed what I think is going to be a very pivotal moment in this book. I love when you get to watch a Grumpy Sunshine change over. Like there's that moment of recognition where you're like, oh, maybe I shouldn't be so grumpy around her or him, depending on who's the grump in the book. And I think I just passed that part, and now from here there's going to be a lot of changes happening. I think the dialogue is going to change. I just think it's going to be a great transition. I'm about at the 30, I think like 38, 39% mark, and it's just so good. So I'm really excited. I'm trying to pace myself because I have this plus 4 other books that I'm in the middle of currently, which is why it's taking me a little bit longer to get back to you guys on my thoughts on this so far. And it's fantastic. I love the way that Lauren Asher writes a grumpy man, and the way she wrote Zara, and how their dynamic is like changing and evolving over time. And I don't find the book to be slow by any means. It's like a medium to fast-paced book, and I cannot wait to see what the rest of the series has in store for me, and also listen to the playlist, because I forgot that there's a playlist at the beginning. So I have to listen to that. But those are my thoughts so far. I know it's not much, and it's probably chaotic and very incoherent, but I'm just really enjoying this, and I can't wait to have more to say on it, because I still feel like at the 30 to 40% mark, stuff has happened, but not like enough for me to be like, oh, there's a lot going on, let's talk about it. So I hope to have an update tomorrow, maybe get to like the 50 to 60% mark by tomorrow, and just talk about it more and give you guys my thoughts. So I'm gonna go back to reading. I'm actually reading a different book right now, so I'm not gonna be reading this one until probably later tonight or tomorrow morning, and I will check in then. Good morning, friends. I think it's been a couple of days since I last checked in about the Dreamland Billionaire Series, still reading the first book, the fine print, and I just read about 100 pages, and I was definitely right the other day when I said that I think we just passed a turning point where Rowan is gonna start softening up to Zara, and that's where we are right now. So it's really exciting, because now he's just being like still a grump, but is accepting that he has feelings for her for the most part. They're just so cute together. I just passed a very interesting part where they run into, this is not a spoiler by any means, they run into Zara's ex, and like Rowan just uses his power and does these crazy things with it, and it had me laughing. The first part that I read had me tearing up, another part had me tearing up, and this last part was just really funny. And I just finished a chapter, so I'm on just about to start chapter 34. So I'll keep you all posted, but this has been so good. I can't believe how much I read this morning. I've been up since 5, so I started this at, I think like 5:02, 5:03. So 2 hours, banged out 100 pages, which is actually really good for me because I read about 30 to 40 pages an hour. So the fact that I was able to get 100 pages in it's just like a really easy, good read. I like the way that Lauren Asher writes. It's very easy to read while still like having the complex structure and like imagery, and you just know what's going on. So loving this. I think it's gonna be a 5-star read. I'm not sure, maybe 4.5. Obsessed, absolutely obsessed. That's all I have to say. So I am going to get back to reading. I will check with you guys later. probably when I get to like the last 100 pages or so, because I have, I don't know, 200 pages left. So 436 and I'm on page 281. So less than 200 pages left. So probably the last like 75 pages. I will check in and I'll let you know my thoughts, and then we will wrap this book up. Hi friends. I don't know if I talked to you yesterday about the fine print, so let's talk about this. I have no idea, because of the reading marathon that I did yesterday. I don't really know where I left off with you. I think we had just, because I read a lot of this yesterday, so I'm trying to think. We had passed the turning point, or what I thought was the turning point of Rowan actually like warming up to Zara, and then them acting like a couple and just like doing couple things. Since then, we have gotten my least favorite thing in every single romance novel is the third act breakup, or breakups, or miscommunication, or arguments. So we've had a couple of those, and it has made me very sad. Like this morning I actually got teary-eyed like reading through it. I gotta read through 2 this morning, which kind of sucked, but I am very mad at Rowan right now. I am sort of disappointed in Zara, but not really, because I feel like it was mostly Rowan's fault, and that's what I'm sticking to as I finish up this book. I have 60 pages left, so I'm gonna be finishing it tonight after work, and I will give you my full review on it later tonight once I read it and process the ending and have some thoughts on it. I still think this is gonna be a 5-star read. There were like 1 or 2 things that I found like a little cringy, but this is like just a me thing. When I read a book and like something awkward happens, I'm like, okay, I guess this is like real life, like this does happen, but like it's just awkward for me to read about. Like in another book that I read over Christmas, it was like a Christmas read, and the couple like fell off the bed, and I was like, I don't like this. This is so awkward. In this book, it was also another fall. It was a couple of 2 falls, I think. So it's just like I get it. You're putting in some comedic relief in like real world situations. Like, okay, it's normal to slip and fall, but like, I don't know. It's just weird. It was a little cringy for me to read, but I still think I'm gonna give this like 4.75, 4.5. I don't know yet. I have to read the ending first if it's gonna be a 5-star. I also don't want to set the bar too high, because everybody says the second and the third books are like it for the series. Like those are your 5-star reads. But I thought this was really good too. Like, although I'm not done yet, I want to see how this ends. Like, I thought it was great. So I don't know. I have to finish it first to see what my thoughts are. And yeah, I will keep you all posted later tonight. We'll do a little sit down chat and talk about this. So I'm gonna get back to work because I am on my lunch break, and I wanted to just check in and say hello before the day gets away from us. And I will talk to you guys later tonight when I have a review. I am upset. I finished the fine print, and I'm upset it's over. Okay. I gave this 4.75 stars, and before you're like, oh, why didn't you just round up to 5? We have to talk about this. So it is the first book in the series, and we all know that usually the first book is kind of like, okay, here's the introduction to everything that's going on. Then books 2 and so on are like the jam-packed, like the why, the how, and other things happen and all that stuff. So I loved this book. I loved it, obviously. And I just have a personal problem with the way that Rowan was for like the last, I want to say like 70-ish% of the book. His reasoning, what he did, the way he was, and it just didn't, it rubbed me the wrong way, and I really like was genuinely annoyed and genuinely mad at him, and I was super upset for Zara. And while I think he finally like proved himself at the end, and like he made amends, and like it just ended up working out, and then I ended up in tears at the end. Like, it's just that I was very annoyed, and I guess that was the goal. Like when Lauren Asher was writing this, like that was the whole point. So I understand it, but at the same time, it just broke my heart. And then we threw it on the floor and stomped on it, and then it was put like a band-aid on it at the end. Like it was mended, it was healed, but I am personally still hurt. And this is just a me thing. Like you could read this and be like, oh, like, you know, it's great. Like the ending was awesome, but I did love the ending. I think the epilogues were really cute. I say epilogues because she gives one for Rowan and one for Zara. And overall, just a solid first book. I think this is definitely one of the better first books that I've read for a series, and I'm excited now for the rest of the series. It is on my March TBR. I am so excited for it, and I'm going to be doing reading vlogs for those as well. So this is just part 1, and then you'll see part 2 and 3 for the other 2 books. So that's it. That's all I have to say. I don't want to spoil anything. These are all spoiler free. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this part 1 of me getting my heart ripped out and stomped on and put back together, and just like all the things with this book. So I highly recommend, if this is not on your TBR, I know I've said this over and over again, please put it on your TBR and prioritize it because it's so good. So good. So that's it for this video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and turn on post notifications so you don't miss any more of my videos or videos about this series. And yeah, I'll talk to you guys soon. Bye.